Hi, everybody. My name's Patrick, and I'm the founder of FieldWorks Software and MacDonald Timing. In this hopefully shortish video, we're going to be going over some of the new features that are coming with DisplayWorks 2.1. And as you can see on screen, this is December 2025. This will be available right now to members of the DisplayWorks user group for beta testing, and it'll be a widespan release back in January of 2026. There will be a few tweaks to a couple things on here in that time, so keep in mind that this is going to be subject to change. This will probably be the basis video for the 2.1 official release video, where I kind of show over some of the new ideas. So some of the things have changed, like I'm going to change the spacing of this and everything, and I'm going to do some more testing. But you can see I've replaced all of the individual selectable options with a drop-down menu. I just think it's a lot cleaner, and it'll make sense because this is a newly integrated idea that I've had to integrate over on the streaming side of things. So all of the changes so far for 2.1 are really on the streaming side of things. So we'll go there now. And you can see we've got a very different setup over here, and we've got things being called small and big, or large, sorry. So small is basically everything that it used to be. When you came into streaming, you would create a board over here. So in this particular case, we'd have an 888 by 222 size board. And then we'd come over into streaming and we would run a small plus time. I want to have a split time and results pane, create the board, and you can see we've got a 222 by 888 board, and we have a split off time. That is all standard, and that's all the same. The thing that I wanted to incorporate was the ability to then switch to a large board, which is going to be based on other things, because we still have the ability to call up this 888 by 222 board when we go back to small and time. Create it so it's there, and we can go back to large, and we have all the settings for large over here. We can see it's 500 by 500, and the location of it, and then we create it, and here we are. So the basic idea is that the large board would be used for a review of race results in between events. So the small, or the small plus time, would be on screen while an event is actually taking place, and then you would swap over, or have the ability to swap over to the large board after results are kind of set and in between heats. I'm going to, I've basically decided to incorporate this based on some user feedback, but also I see a need for this for us because we are going to be doing more events this upcoming spring that are going to be broadcast either on ESPN3 or live streamed. So the inclusion of this is now available. The ability to call it is going to be through DisplayWorks Remote, which has also been updated. So now you can see there's a little bit more feedback for the user when you are hovering over something, so you can select it. But in this particular case, what we want to do is go to Show Console. And when we come to Console, we have all these different options, and we can go back here and go see. There we go. So now from the console, we can go ahead and we can call different things. So we can go to show large, or we can hide. So we have options to display and hide things. And this is right now callable through DW Remote. And this can be operated by somebody as long as they're on the network. They would have access to it. In a lot of cases, what we would see is that there would be this computer would be upstairs in the press box, and being operated by either a user doing the running OBS or whatever video software they're using for the stream, or the next step is going to be better Stream Deck applications and integration, so that this can be called from a Stream Deck that's by a user basically. So right now the predominant idea with this board, I mean, you can call it on your own and you can change it and whatever, This would be semi-usable if you had panels and wanted to switch, very quickly between maybe switching and which shows the event name and everything, or I don't know. There's some unlimited applications to a certain extent, but from my perspective, this is really a streaming-oriented idea. So the basic question is, well, what do we do with this, and why is this kind of interesting? Obviously, it's going to be a lot more in line with kind of a broadcast-style idea, but there is one specific thing in here that's going to be kind of interesting. Obviously, you can set the number of different sources to whatever you want to, and you can change the style and everything, which is important in my mind. But then all of this is basically kind of the same as far as like what's going on. You can change the number of lines and the text size and all the things. This is actually the big one here. Use alt links. So I've opened up another port, which is 44909 within DisplayWorks. You can set up another output from finish links, and then you can set it up with the number of results lines that you want to send. That might be different than what you're sending for the small board. Now on here, we're sending 8 right now, but like that's not going to fit in that box that I showed you earlier. But you could maybe, if you're sending 2 or 3 or even just 1, you can use alt links, and you can send 8 lines using the standard DisplayWorks LSS file, and then you're good to go with a lot more information available on screen. And obviously then you can reset the line sizes and everything, so you can take up a lot more real estate if you wanted to. So that is this short video for DisplayWorks 2.1. Again, this is in beta in December, and will be going live to everybody in the new year.